What's up guys, it's Alex here. Welcome back to another video. In this video we're gonna be talking about trusting the universe, as well as like forgiving people in your life and your circumstance that you find yourself in, and kind of moving on, especially when you're trying to if you're trying to be different from everybody else and you're trying to be your true high self. You have to be able to have the ability to forgive people, and also you need to know when you need to let people go and not have people, whether these are like friends, parents, whatever. I've kind of talked about this a little bit before. You need to forgive and let these people go their own way, because they're not for you, especially if you're like a believer actually and they're not. You have to like separate yourself usually from people like that, because they're not going to be a match for you. It's the same thing if you're trying to date somebody who's not a believer and you're a believer. It's probably going to be a problem unless the other person is willing to change quite a lot, and that's quite a process. So there's always those kind of problems, I would say, in life. Like, you need to be able to let go of things, and this also comes with surrender to the when you're working with universe, God, and so on. You need to be able to let, in a sense, the universe orchestrate, God orchestrate for you your life. And God usually only brings good things in your life. There's nothing bad that God can bring into your life, because that's God's inherent essence, is righteous, good, all things positive. So when you consider that God only does good things for humanity and tries to improve humanity, while usually the devil is trying to make everything worse and make people's life miserable. And when you're around these kind of people who are very negative, very, you could say, devilish, you're gonna be brought down. On the other hand, if you're able to escape these people, you'll become much more positive, and you'll be actually be able to be an independent person who's able to become better than these people, become more good, become an actually good, normal person who's able to basically live their own life. And you have to be able to live independently your own life from away from people, like once you grow up. Because if you aren't able to separate yourself from bad people, friends, family, whatever it is for you in your circumstance, let these circumstances, accept them, forgive them. It's a process, of course. There's soul ties, karmic soul ties you need to clean out. You need to clean your system out. You need to work on your inner work to be able to let go of these past things and actually let new things come into your life. So you need to clear out the old. This could be objects, cleaning out your past life problems, cleaning your current life problems, and getting to a headspace that's peaceful and joyful and great for you to start anew from. If you want new things to come into your life, you're gonna have to reach that state, and that requires that forgiveness and trust in the universe, and having the universe help you clear this all out is how you get into that state. And this is something that's always kind of being worked on. There's always like some stuff to clear out. Obviously it gets better. When you first awaken spiritually, what happens is you are kind of in the worst position, like you need to grow a lot. But once you've been awakened spiritually for a while, it's pretty easy to grow, in a sense that like it gets a lot easier over time, because the more you clean out, the less you, in a sense, have to struggle with it. The process becomes much more easy, and you kind of know how to clean out yourself. Like, meditate, take time out for yourself, spend time in nature, eat well enough, exercise, take care of your body temple, and be able to accept change, be able to let go of things, and be able to be adaptable and work with the universe. That is the only way to have in my opinion, a good life. You're not going to be able to have a good life, more than likely, if you're trying to like live on your own. You're living around bad people that aren't honestly meant to be in your life for a good life, for your true high self. And so you need to be able to kind of let these things go, move into the new fearlessly. And that's something that's not easy to do for a lot of people, because it requires a lot of courage, walking into the unknown, trusting the universe, trusting God, finding God, and wherever you happen to be personally. And we all go through this. I go through this. We all have bad and good experiences, and we all have like our own parents, we have our own friends, and we have our own karmic situations, soul ties. We have our own mistakes and situations and circumstances we find ourselves in that we have to overcome, and trust that everything will work out in your favor when you're working with God. And being able to trust God and the universe, even if you can't necessarily always see where you're going, in a sense, because that's faith. You have to have faith in the unseen, even if you feel like there's always that fearful voice. But what is the key is not letting that dominate your actions and being able to take action even in the presence of fear. And this is where you can truly be free and coming to understand yourself, as I talked in the previous video. Coming to understand yourself is then how you get to these states. And that is the way you're able to move on in life to new things and actually gain more trust in yourself, in God, faith, and just let go of these old people. That's honestly my advice in this video is, if you work on all these things honestly, you'll be able to let go of old people. This is obviously a work in progress. It doesn't happen, nothing happens in a day, you know? Things can happen overnight, of course, in life, but like usually changes, especially inner work, it's not something you can do in a day. And don't expect to just like wake up the next day peaceful and joyful and you're completely cleaned out from everything, because there's a lot of spiritual stuff that you have to go through. Like, you know, you have your past life, you have your current life, you might have trauma experiences, soul ties, karmic ties, whatever. And there's a lot of stuff to figure out and there's a lot of stuff to clean out. So you have to kind of think about this and, you know, let time pass and work on yourself, do the best you can every day. And that's really what it's all about. And this way you'll reach a good state in your life. I hope this helps and encourages you to let go of old things and people and circumstances and accept and forgive and let go and move into your new self. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to donate, link in the description. Thank you very much. If you want to book a call one-on-one with me, it's also in the description. Thank you if you're interested. And I hope I can help. And then, if there's a will, there's a way. God bless. Thank you for watching.